Honkoya, not just Samaba. Na Sawati Honkoya, not just Samaba. Na Sawati Honkoya, not just Samaba.
I am more of fire Sanimani added, Bobiati. Obano one year, can't obey you, Sunawaka. Now this government today, Yakula.
Sawati Konkoya.
Nature say, oh, fire.
No pay, na ya fire or Ghana for Dimu. Ghana for tea, and a debia betrani and yabre. Meme a Ghana. Yenina Ghana for. My, yenina ya mine. Say yo and yo, yenina ya tibubi. Say ya, I was here featuring a senior catch romo. O my yet minor show some. Then quiet. And oh yes, and yes, I would you be at the atu 10 crew. Nemum, a juma would they send in Seminole. And I will say Kenya and say, and as I will say Tino, will say Kena drain, and the abasso say, a juma ya de show on some Mr. when you cool, nay ye. Yan to about a man penny for. Some church problems, no. Yan to about a man and a kufado and then about me. No monam said to me, ya de show Munsami, and if I man for, or monam for no munianum, or more a party for. Some may ye, you may be Emma Ghana for Yantu about far more, I'm a man, yes, I did say, woman, but church problems will and say it is an Ghana Sikasam as a train is here. Yeah, expect you to say, one Betty Hujma, led by the economic management team chairperson, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. One Betty Hujma. And yes, I feel I bet church and Yentia, Yadru Babia Yadruno, and no idea before Bano. And no Nama Ghana for Niji. I want penny for me. As a man for GD war, Ghana Muno, a free war, and now a 3 year dying a D. I want manual semuno. Problem about solve a problem now. Now, fail not to into Atwa. A dear Tina make us say, Nancy Muno, can you do my crosswalk? Kai said, Nano, Mampani, Nanado Dango Gufado, a Benjamin Rasabed, and I will track Ghana for you, Ghana, Bobra, who for ye, and your channel. A man for P, what can say, a man for P said. Ghana na walk on 17. Yes, I Ghana no, and your team. Dear your kafa, can you dundumo? Any shy I will shy, I can't say. One not pencil, can you ye numata, ejina so pampe, radio mammy.
Between 2012 and early 2017, there was nothing more demoralizing than the phenomenon we called doomsday. It was symptomatic of a dysfunctional system, and it caused widespread depression amongst businesses and households. After that experience, my government was determined that doomsday would not be inflicted upon government, upon Ghana and Ghanaians and an MPP government. Shouts will not wish doomsday away in our history. It will not. After that experience, my government was determined that doomsday would not be inflicted upon Ghana and Ghanaians under an MPP government. And I'm glad to be able to say, so far, so good. We've managed to keep the lights on these last 7 years, even in the midst of a financial crisis. We've managed the NFT sector with discipline and expertise to avoid a repetition of the hardships inflicted on Ghanaians some years ago. Furthermore, through determined, skillful negotiation, we've been able to reduce considerably the energy sector debt that we inherited. Indeed,
it is a President Akufo-Addo. Wabra will deliver State of the Nation's address. Now you're wondering, who analyzing this word for word. Which was not the BBC. For instance, baby, and a new coup, I want someone walk home. Say within the last 7 years, Mama, can you manage national? I say, O Mama manage, Ama can you manage national? Baby, and a new copa, the name here no, Wabra number 7 be etiatiemu. And they say, wɔbɛyɛ biribiara sɛ na bɛyɛ amanfoɔ bɛhunu sɛ John Mahama pɛn so na dum so baayɛ enti na no wɔka sɛ ntiatiamu ɛntimi nyi dum so ɛmfiri yɛaba kwasɛ mu titiri wɔ saa aban no abrɛ so enti na no wɔka sa no so deɛ na no wɔpɛ so wɔachieve in that speech ɛne sɛ wɔde bɛto tirim sɛ wɔn baayɛ no wɔn abɛyɛ biribi nanso what are the facts ne sɛ parliament wɔn a wɔgyina no wokɔ hansard mu because sɛ ɔmampanyin bɛma state of the nation's addresser parliament yɛ house of records eti asɛm bi a ɔbɛka no bia no ɛho records ɛdɛ ɛwɔ hɔ the last time a president Mahama ɛma state of the nation's address ansa na wɔn firi abɛn mu no wɔn Ghanafoɔ ne mmarahyɛbadwafoɔ ehunu anamo a wɔtu yɛ ɛde di ihu dwuma mfidie a wɔn kra baayɛ ɛne boa ɛbɛboa yɛ ɛyi kanea dundum no efiri hɔ in fact sɛ ɔba wɔ nim somewhere in 2018 2019 honorable Ose Mensa Bonsu interview bi a ɔkɔ grante hello FM for ɔgye tum ka sɛ ɛyɛ kanea dundum no Mahama pɛn so mo solve yɛ but what is my point my point is sɛ wɔnana Akufo-Addo kasa mu no na deɛ na no ɔpɛ so wɔyɛ ne sɛ nokure na ɛda hɔ na yɛn nyinaa yɛ ne tua a ne ho nkɔɔfoɔ mpo agye to be including the vice president then running mate to him Nana Danko Akufo-Addo a ɔmagye to sɛ kadun so no Mahama ne solve yɛ no no pɛ so wɔyɛ ade hyɛ otirim sɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo ɛna abɛyɛ biribi meanwhile the facts proof contrary afidie a yɛfrɛ no afidie mu nkra bi maayɛ ɛnyinam kane ahoɔden a yɛde ka ahoɔden ahodoɔ a yɛwɔ no every 2017 ɛbɛsi 2024 yi wɔn fa 1 megabyte kura yɛ dɛ ɛmbɛka ho wɔn fa 1 megabyte kura mbɛka ho eti ɛba investment a energy sector levy yɛ ano wɔka ho asɛm yi sɛ ɛno na yɛtumi di yɛka ho dwuma no ɛyɛ aban dada no led by John Mahama ɛna ɛde to hɔ eti ɛka ho asɛm a no wɔka no nyinaa no na aban dada na yɛn siesie de ato hɔ dada eti ɛba sikasɛm a John Mahama de bibi to hɔ ɛbɛ fidie a yɛhia yɛde bɛ sɔfo dum so a yɛde bi John Mahama etu ho anamɔ a wɔn kura baa na de ɔma no sɛ yɛabɛ inherit excess capacity ɛnyinam kanea ahoɔden ebu so obi a ɔde 1 district 1 factory ba wɔso wɔnyɛ nyinam kanea ahoɔden a ebu so a wɔhunu deɛ ɔde bɛyɛ so this is it ɛno yɛ fact ɛda hɔ Akufo-Addo baa ɔmfa bibia bɛka yɛ nyinam kanea ahoɔden ho but hwɛdeɛ na wɔyɛ ahoɔden ne nyinaa wɔde hyɛ saa politics yɔ ne mu sɛ kyenkyene a ɛwɔ sɛ Ghanafoɔ hunu sɛ mmerɛ bi baayɛ dum sɔ baayɛ na yɛka dum sɔ koraa na ɛyɛ deɛ sɛ kanea no bɛdum na asan asɔ ɛno na Ghanafoɔ nim na neɛ ntia na Ghanafoɔ bu afu John Mahama apɛn so ɛne sɛ yɛato aba ma mpanimfoɔ so ɔmo bɛsɔlve problems so wɔabere a wɔsɔlve problems ne nyinaa no na problems ɔhaw no a na amanfoɔ fam no na ɔmo nyɛ comfortable ɔmo nnwuma ɛsɛsɛe ɔmo mfidie a electrical appliance a ɛsɛsɛe ɛno na ɛde pressure bɛto aban no so eti ɛna Akufo-Addo wo ne ɔba ɔmia ba na problems wei 2018 yɛhunu bi 2019 yɛhunu bi 2020 yɛhunu bi 2021 yɛhunu bi 2022 yɛhunu bi in fact 2023 mo ba abɔnten ECG ba abɔnten ɛde krataa ɛbɛto abɔnten ɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ba abɛyɛ adeɛ bi a yɛfrɛ no load management ɛnneɛ nti a moyɛ saa load management no ɛyɛ as a result of nsiesie bi a mo kɔ akɔyɛ wɔ ɛyɛ Ghana gas na ɛnam sɛ ahoɔden nate aba fam ne nti yɛbɛdundum kanea every somewhere 30th March 2023 ɛde akɔsi the 7th of April 2023 mo bɔbɔ mmea ne nyinaa use the term load management schedule meaning sɛ wabra ɔkyew tɔ bi aba no ɛho bɛhia sɛ yɛbɛbɔ amanfoɔ kɔkɔ wabra yɛbɛdundum kanea eti ɛnɛ sɛ saa kyematɔ no asan ba na mo na mo sɛ sɛ mo yɛ nsiesie a ɛdeɛ na wɔ sɛ si mo ho kwan sɛ mo bɛbɔ Ghanafoɔ kɔkɔ na mo de bi krataa bi abɛto abɔnten sɛ de bɛyɛ a yɛbɛyɛ nsiesie yɛni kantie Minister of State at the Finance Ministry Abena Osei Asare a wɔka sɛ aban ɛyɛ biribiara wɔ n'ahoɔden mu sɛ de bɛyɛ akanea dundum no ɛto betwa na mmom deɛ ɛkɔ so yi ɛnyɛ dum sɔ yɛwɔ yi.
Previously, we did not have consistent supply of power. Yes, now we seem to have 1 or 2 issues with the power, but has been consistent. People no longer bring in huge generators and to buy huge volumes of fuel to man these generators. So in that area, the cost of doing business has come down.
But ma'am, I'm sure you've seen the PRC report. The PRC report that is suggesting that ECG, for instance, has failed to pay Sogli and all the others the amounts that it's supposed to pay them.
And that is why we have set up the cash waterfall mechanism. Yes, we having some issues with it.
The report eventually is saying that it's not really working as it should. And that's energy experts are thinking.
And we are always quick to point out the faults. But do we stop to also find out what probably might be causing that? So in this country, at least, we also have to do our bit. Everybody. It's not just okay to put out a report, but also to find out exactly what has necessitated that and what measures we can all collectively put in place to make sure we address these issues. So one, I believe that yes, we are creating an enabling environment because the issues we have here, it's not just a local issue, it's a global issue. Everywhere across this world, things are tough. Look,
global issue,
look at Europe.
Global issue, no, Sabobio, Bohodibio, but Sisubio. See what is Subio?
The issues we have here, it's not just a local issue, it's a global issue. Everywhere across this world, things are tough. Look at Europe, look at America. But we all trying in our own way to make sure we let our country move on, we turn the tide and make sure that we make the economy what we all want it to be. And once the economy is what we all want to be, it will reflect in everything that we do.
Ago, ECG actually said that within peak hours between 7 and 11 p.m.
No, I haven't seen that, but I'll be glad to look at that report. I usually want to read the report and ask questions before quickly I speak to it.
Fulfilling our financial obligations, we should so the lights could be on consistently.
You remember when the president came to Parliament during the SONA, the president mentioned that we have been able to renegotiate some of these expensive IPPs that the previous government entered into, and so yes, we have been able. Yes.
Me Brahmanu. On the Yafatu Bamiso, Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Abena Ose Asari. Yesika Samia ya nobody akwache global issue no. Ya me dwen wa mentiase o. Say nyinam kania wo say gina so. Na so ba mfa so maye. Say ka yesika semu a. Ukọ Germany a yedundum kania te say de ye fami. In fact ukọ Togo ya yedundum kania te say de ye fami. Cote d'Ivoire yedundum kania te say de ye fami. To the sense that ye all African games, a whole stadium ya bobo kania ni timi dum na nim kwase akwaba. Na be kam ye ntia. Wo se awiase nyina ho e wa ho kirem eno na akofa we nyina aba ba wotie abena is she admitting say financial problem bi wo ho eno nti na kane dundum ya ba na eno abena ne ye de tu nanim say ECG for issue statement amoka say eye eziesie bi kwaso nti efri na kofri nonso enwumre nonso kosi anadwubre mu duba akono ye bedundum kane ebra ne ye de tu nanim no na say wonim the ekoso. Is it the case say ECG the mo family mom bie mo ma omo aban mu ekwan say be on be hunu the ekoso. Finance Ministry betma ka say wonim the ECG fam na ya fa no sa. Anyway, Honorable John Jinapo a wo ye ranking member e wo energy committee wo Ghana Mrashe Bedwafie. Was it some ECG kan nyina ya tro say no kan asem.
Instead of paying 500 million to the power sector players, ECG decides that, and this is here, page 2, paragraph 2.3, actual disbursement of revenue to sector players. The total actual revenue reported by ECG to level A beneficiaries stood at 120 million. Instead of 500 million, they paid 120 million to the IPPs. That is one problem. Two, instead of paying the 300 million to Gridco, VRA, and the other power sector players, they paid 162 million. So what it means is that over 500 million cedis cannot be accounted for. Over 500 million cedis has been used outside the cash waterfall mechanism. We do not know where that money went to. We do not know where that money currently stands. And if you read the report itself says, in conclusion, the Commission has validated receipts and payments to all stakeholders along the electricity value chain. It is to be noted that since August 2023, ECG has not complied with the guidelines of the new cash waterfall mechanism as directed by the President. So even the President's directive is being violated. The other worrying thing is that since February, the Ministry of Finance has failed to make that monthly payment of 200 million. And so that is culminating in more than 1 billion cedis of fresh debt from the Ministry of Finance alone. If you add this 500 million that ECG fails to pay on a monthly basis, that also takes you to close to about 2 billion.
Etieka. Canada on omuntiaye. Sika also mutia no. Bos afibia no. Ya de da ho, enhye da ho no. Omunye eno na John Jirapo ka no. Eno na akofa we nyina ba. Eti se ECG PRO enche bia ye ne bedi nkomo. Leila Abubakar, our external communications manager. Emma ECG. So babonten. Ebe ka kire say ye hia timetable na wo pa kire say. It is what you emphasize said your muka and you emphasize say a yanokre and facts approve say and yes, I net here a cabidawa and also would do even to Minister of State at the Finance Ministry. Abna was say, sorry. Now do this same cramp with Katua or see we are seeing in Sikasamunya. Maybe all Cabedran no, says Sikasamanya, 80 a year dundum cania. 80 there is an admission, says Sikasambi. What's so with the Jumano? And until the alcohol way about the Abena Tramphony said, my and first born and more byway, the Yasing in an sofa. But the Abena Nimun say, Uko Togo Mpa, Yendum can you say? Uko Burkina Faso, or more Fasadia Imo. Uko Ivory Coast, Sadia Yafemi, or more Famubi. It is a Leila Bubakar, the catcher say, can you ya dunduni? And yet doom so. As a Casa doom son on the here more. But can you any what? Was saying ye doom so? It's not saying ye doom so ye here timetable. Now, my main kind means every be your country and send for not yen fanya analysis kakra. Was say the thing is, we just want people to be aware that when the power goes off, it is not always a matter of load shedding. There are several issues, and there are some of them that fall before the doorsteps of ECG. Theo, there are several issues. And some P na waho na emu bino ena yana ebeda ECG asue yano. Yo, there are several issues, and there are some that fall at the doorsteps of ECG. We are doing as much as possible to solve the ones that we can. Eti ECG akosem no ono ne de na ode abetudwa. Say enyinam kania hoodin adoso e wo transformers ahodo no. Says omu fuse. I don't know what the better about is and nam santi edi edundum kania. Etufa Leila Semia. Was it there are several issues. A B and a ECG or a yomudie. Several issues near the end. I didn't see the hormone muscle in tray. And the ECG diano. More yam and I could see the bang. At the end, I'm going to Ghana for him said a bayer, your best yes, ye home, and your massa, dear, now more CSA. Moyen, when you say, he has a was a mutre to mutre. And the your top power. The top power said about ye drew fear, Nasa, ye, and you am Kanyana, ye, Juma, ye, Benya Bidia. It's my top power. Mitria electricity bills. Mitria and you am Kanya Husika. Naminya power. No, I be catcher me say. Menka manuntum, me here timetable bia, wabra power nini hono. Ned yen our patre. And yen our catcher me. And the Nina saw what they can say, ye here timetable no. And they say, Doom saw some no more party. Omon pese Ghana for beka se we ye dum so. Na sukania ne ye dum an ya so. Na prop or how na aba no eye pi. Emu bi eye ECG afa ECG die. And a bisu ye omo ma Canada. So you see, omo sase yi e de sise omo. Yana ni awutie me pese wo we wa so na wutie hapa ehia. Omo sase yi de sise omo. ECG sane de no wa chechem. Na problem ni ye pi, ma me to so. Was it there aren't any issues with shedding load? The load shed, I think, is what people understand by doom so. But usually, when someone asks me if there is doom so, I ask them, what do you understand and what do you think doom so means? Unfortunately, there won't be a timetable. Leila sama waka cheno. Enche bia ene ne bekasa. Na magina sa asem we so. E de bisa nsem na ewo mutirim na mu pese mu bisa no. Akwanya wo ho ye be bia phone line some small be bisa the question. Eti Leila mpese ye bekasa edum so. Eso ye edum ye kan ya ne so. Leila pese ye hunu se ohaw ne ye pi. Na mu bi na ye ECG asudie. Eti nkaya ne ye den. Eno nti na me pese wadwen kɔ the ranking member of the energy committee Owura John Jirapo kaye no se kada ho sika wo so mutua edi dika no ho dwuma no wo munya ye mampanyim po hye ye se wo muntu ho anamo no saa ohye na wo hye no ye mu a ye mfi no ya bona to atwere baabi ene ye yi ani edi ato fidi eti se ye wo bi abo no sobo na e wo se ye de sobo no bo aban no aban no why na di akotere wo sa de mu finance ministry sika wo so really see ene ye di tuatua sa aka no wonye eno na akofa we aba so wotie ECG PRO no so a o ka ne pain se o ha ne ye pi ebu bi ye ECG asodie meaning say nkaya bi wo ho eti sa nkaya no de ai eti ECG ye gina we so e de abusa se o ha no doso a na mugusu a moye ade we ya ade ne mode ato ho aye se de be ya Ghana for ye beboaboa ye ho wabra sa no ma we si me some for pictures no to screen so ne nhwe enkran Kumase takrade se de sum esi adwade o man Ghana wato so no mo hwe se de sum esi adwade o man Ghana ye dum kanea no sei na Ghana mountain so bi esitie e we ye enkran de no sei na mountain so bi tie ye dum fa bi ene ya so fa bi Ghana pen your way. This is the national capital of Ghana, Accra. National capital of Ghana. Biaya, yeah, all African games are. Yes, as I said, we are singing. No, a baby man about Ghana. No, Biaya, yeah, all African games. No, hey, Accra. Aye, dundum kania, babia, aye, shum. Mguasian in ye. Kumase diana peso. Momosha said, yet to be at the city. Say, ya, ya, bray. Na we nyina ekoso Ghana for ani abede aye busa se edi ade na mo ye se de be ya ye beda ye ho so na ya ye nsiesie ya ya hoboa eno nso a muntimi mfa mayen. How is this difficult? Krata we issue ye na no se kanea no ye bedum no nonso na ya so no anadwofa duba akono ade achi ye se dum kanea ade achi bio ye se dum kanea sabra ye kase ye bie phone lines ma for bedi adanse say ye dundundundu mo kanea. So question is say ECG mo managing load mo na mo ton electricity ahoden ne de maye no e de na mo ye said be ya mo consumers e be ya prepared for sadia we ekoso. And in all your communication mo kasa nyinara mo ndan na di ewo baabia ewo eda potia sadia we baba na wiye and that pot here, the so-called transformer, aye overcrowded, aye overloaded, mu fuse ni blow no. One day na di wo baby a wo mo kasa mu, wo that pot here. Sa ensiesie na mo siasa mo ye no, ebeba na wie ye. Eti Ghana for nye day. Consumers no mo nye day. What should the consumers do? They say the Ghana ni bia hwehwe de say kanea no be gina so. Enye nkyerechemu a mo de ma. Enye nkyerechemu a abena eye osasare edebema ene ye hwehwe no enye sa eyin hye ekasa na mo ka no se ewiase nyina e wa ahokyerem sa eyin hye kasa no enye no na Ghana for hwehwe ye de mo to abamu ye de mo ba abamu se mo be solve problems muti opposition na ye dundundundum kanea no na no na munim se kyerɛkyerɛmu bi wɔ hɔ sabra ne se na ban ni kyerɛkyerɛmu ba ne ye waso di tie no sabra no mpo na ban no wotu anamon bi wogina Ghana fo di mu ejina Ghana fo sika so aye bibi di aye nsiesie eyi ohaw na free wono sabra no mpo no na ye twabo aban ne se enye kyerɛkyerɛmu ne ye pɛ ena adru so a de wo ka kyerɛ ye se wiase nyina ho akyerɛ no na USA United States of America da bia ba omi asori a no de Ghana etoto no ana Canada da bia eye how comes in sori a no de Ghana etoto no ye dundum kanea say ten ye dundum kanea and you see oseye ba konso a me pesa me twi adwen si so aye gadam say nsensem na no me mamo update and so me mamo another update we ye mfonyi a menua Adam Sirem a woye freelance journalist etwaye ewo Ayamfree Highway our Western region on the 9th of March 2024 Ayamfree gadam say President Akufo-Addo Sanwo adwumani eti apart from doom so kan ye dundum a yentimi ni ho nokure no gadam say so eno so said yesi ase ye man ni we enantia ba be wura kro no mu oh sa bia yo ya bone amenan na ho nyina ya kwaye na ho nyina ya kwaye se kwaye no ya clear ni nyina amana ba ya asase pradadam ene ya bone amena ya tutututu amena ena enantia ba be wura kro ni mu na Akufo-Addo ba omia ensa no adwumanie kania ye dundum no wontimi mbekirem embekam no kura nkyerɛw wode ne presidency to so sɛ gadam sɛ obetu aseɛ ne nsunsuanso nie wɔda so yɛ president a wɔba bɛfiri aban mu fi sɛ the term of office ɛba na wie yɛ mɛhyɛ badwafie bia entu anamɔn sɛ president deɛ wo kan no wonyɛ yɛ eti yɛ gyina so ɛde ayɛ biribi abrɔfo no frɛ impeachment. Nobody has decided to impeach the president based on his inability to fulfill our promise. Say wobetu gadam say ase hwe ohawa ede abra o man Ghana. Wei aye Western region. Ayamfree Highway. Bepo aye Bogoso Ayamfree kwantempo no so. Oh na behunu saade we. Picture we minia Adam Sirem etwaye on the 9th of March 2024. Afia busumi we ye mu ena otwa asamfonyi we. Yemfree on yenkwa anim. How a toss bio. Aye, asupiti a yehye ebo say yebesi agenda 111. Naturally be ranking member on the health committee. Honorable Kwabena Minta Kando. One in dom. Omo sama biaya mampanyi di asoko ball form say yebesi ayaresabia e di amakroma. Hwede omo ko hunu ye.
Na ini na yede bosia chise bi eba amrahye badwafie se yenyentum ye ba besi Shama Hospital nti na bosia ne ye be 32 million euros nti ye gitumbu anche bia na president ankasa mu etu car free crime ebe ede asobe ball form se yensi Shama District Hospital mfie na ni isa me de fi se omunwie mpa akakakra but unfortunately ye ba say ye ba behwe ba bia duru ye ba ye no amana ne ba betoye did ye catch aban nyina ne se Shama afo nso sefata Shama afo nso ye Ghana fo enu nti sene etie biara no e wo sa aban no ba animonimu ya ne ye be Shama District Hospital na se animonimu ya e ma ye ntena ho nkopem se ye ba beto aba ne ya soa contractor for aba be good site ha ne ye dia dada Shama afo because of abato nti ye be sere se aban animonimu ya no ontwe nani na Shama afo anka som tamana hospital no mope na ye memisi hospital no
koso na yi videos na kire me ba bia na honorable ene na na mo ne dom no mo ne na na mo na hwe se de ye asasi we amena ne yakotu ho amena ena yakotu ho amena ne yakoto ho aga yaresabia na nanka samafo ehwe animu se be wo ho yakoto amena te se de yakoto amena wo eye bia yoyo omusi asodan dia manyame sa pepepe ne aye eti adwuma Ghana for muto santene edi so mo nsa so mo beye no wo mo nyeye na ato wo ne ntoatoa ato wo ne kasa ye bechim no na ye chinsam no na ya moamoa no na ye de akado afefa ho se de beya ebeye wutirim se de wo mo ye bibi na nso wo bekom wo mo nya hwe PR see ye be diatro ye be twamfonyi bi na ye Ghana fo ehunu ye mobo bi na ewiase nyina ebre ewiase nyina sikasam nye enye Ghana nko a na ye ni bibi serebe ya wo benya ehunu mobro bi dia momo. And that is a strategy omo adapt to ayare sabia keka wo besi e dia ma mansan enesi wono hwi see ye. And thank God say ya wo mrase badwafo bi a wo mo de ato wo so so mbeka nokre no e de akere empanifo yentie NDC parliamentary candidate awo Elmina Mame Emilia Arthur ebra na wo de to aban na nim say etro no wo mo ntwa so
Oka emfi annaninyi won hwa asase mote wo bebe twa so do man panyin ankasa bei ode asobebo fom wo so asobebo fom no idua wodua yi po ya ahyenso depo idua na wanyine tententi no se etiri hoi nanso bepemende won hwe most asase no dote hwe nkodo caterpillar na ada wodi besisi ha na anyi de yehu an de wa ba ba so wa adeko signboard board de na la na wo ye disi kwan no ho eda signboard to fom na mu de asam no wa asa amura kakraka na oda he ya bibia nkodo oya yem sise na nado dankwa akufuado ina ne Bawumia na MPP fu nyinara worubu mani abrabone pa na smamani aye honinta wa ka hende wejina hende wa ka won bosum be akro sede mo hona mendi no wa baade dem bosum akro no sika na wa tado afa no wo fe bimbra na wo meye hospital in mahem because I have moye nyimponde wo ko bobusa no so aba ma parliament approve bobusa no ono ntina nda parliamentary select committee yan ranking member we to anamora ba asase Donald Nemia Babesha the loan now approve you know what Banaden project 1 year. Baby did the warrior. Into na here no ya district hospital that do me am system about any rule nkofo mare bre e hwemkata se wogina metri edwuma ko wonya ye the hospital wo see ya ante wonya edwuma bi na wonya
wo see hospital na wonya edwuma ni bi nye ene ya nurse fo a o makoje ntete akonya beda o pe o mko UK akonya beda o pe o mko USA akonya beda o pe o mko Germany mi wan kanke ye sisi ayare sabia hodo yi a senka ye wo baabi ye adwuma senka kwa bi da baabi a ye betima ye adwuma na dia bo amanfo wo ma ye train o makochi training sa doctorfo akonya beda o pe no mko amanone. Why should a person die for a country that does not regard him or her? And now Mekufuado ni ba omienti patriotism so be did the home to her and couldn't want my Ghana and now Momunti patriotism ayira our Ghana patriotism ayira. What say you see Kasam? What my man for be actually Munyuma and now banking and financial crisis. Edu anwumre na ye pese ye de ye tri etu ye sum ye so adwendwe ye ho so a na wase dum kane aka ho ye bisa se fankyerɛkyerɛ mu ba na to ne se wo ye PR wo di atro won ka no kra enkyerɛ ye won fa bibi nto ye nim kyerɛ se we na da ho eti munyina we so na mo fansiesie mo ho wabra kane ye dundum no bra de hia wa ne se won pese ye beka dum so na ye di dum so beta ho enu na hia se won pese ye di dum so e be ba betale wa mamu ho eso wo ye koso no ye dum kanea na ye so a ye dum so ye dum kanea na ye sa so a ye dum ya so kabom ye dum so ya mencha de se ni da so obi wo ho amejo mahama
na ni ameka ne se Say, and ye can say, Obiwa Bemu. No, I promise you, say, Mayor flat rate a mammo, Mayor say a mammo. There was some catcher say, Yenisia, I don't know better, I may have to about and son Wabe. So be ye 11 Unicesia, obey flat rate, Yenisia, and mission stacks, obey Unicesia, Bibia obey Maibia, shall say near who say, obey, Madame Ase, Yabin Shram.
Many message you are say, what Facebook or what say, Kwame, all the youth are running away from our country. They are running away because of bad leadership. Mebunina, Obi Gani, Obi Ambaso Beka Ghana. And I'm a member Tantai, and I'm Penindia, a son fan for Swabia, and Ghana ni Babuno. Ghana ni Babubia, and I should say, a crummy baby and Ganiaco. I can yet dry a dog Ghana, and a dry a dog radio Jumay. And in St. Jumay, a Debia, your person, your danda and Semedi, and it's a man for Sarabaya, your bedai and Hoso Cassa, Kakwenya would about a pim. Yes, because there is nothing interesting about this country any longer. And it does so be anywhere. But some John Mahama, the Casa, and the your neighbor, within the near children, look for politics to say, Netia Papanon, Nensama Walker. Any baby within the near children. Any shall do when I walk down in a D, and yet Ghana for. The man is on a mission. Even within the 4 years in Pua, 9 months within the quarter, number the 8 months. Even within that period, can no man were ye. And no man were ye, wouldn't to a kufado, and about me by one. Woman drew from Po. And no man, President Mahama, as President of the Republic of Ghana, a year from 2012. Emu sa 2012 no emu bosume nwatwe kosi nkro woman na twe manso wo court within that period Ebola baye within that period na wiase afa na nyina sika enyenwe ne sika kra ni nyina Mahama afa nya security within that period wo beto kania dundum wo gina so tu anamon so besiesie within that period the normal way nyina ekoso wanfa ne sankotenetiri obi wanfa subona kobo obi wajiji mfumso tumu etu anamon di juma after say we free abemu UGMC University of Ghana Medical Center NC wono tetrete hotel Bank of Ghana Hospital NC wono uko ketia hweja kesi esi wo kwanya oyeye Reseria Government Hospital eye Afari Military Hospital hwa yare sabia hodo o sisi ye na hwe foto ahodo o jade to ho e de ma kufu ado ene ba omia ban yade kwode wo coronavirus ba ye yade ye ho to enoma John Mahama yade to no so e bi ti say UGMC kani wa ka yade be fan kan fa na ka Dr. Matthew Poku Brempe sa yade ne ba ye kan fa na ko be kwa akoda kan fa na kwaku ajima manu kan fa na ko be kwa akoda eso yade ne ba ye no asupiti a John Mahama see ye no emu no mo kwada ye kwaje ayade sa. What are you talking about? So the man is on a mission. Yes, and no brana wakasa fa ekwan ayede to me ede how ede ba attempting yes what way.
The executive has been influencing the judiciary unduly. When I was in office, I never once called the Chief Justice or any judge to tell them what judgment to give in any case. I never did it. And I know Professor Mills never called any judge to say what the verdict should be. In this case, you hear rumors about, some people telling the judges, what kind of judgment to give. We should leave our judiciary to be independent, to use their own wisdom to determine cases, because that would improve investor confidence in our country. If investors know that if they have a legal tussle, a Ghanaian can call a judge and judgment will be given against him, nobody would want to come and invest in our country. And so I agree with you. And he says we should let the law work. When we have sat with you, we have done the LI you are asking for, we've done the Shippers Authorities law and strengthened it, given it teeth. I beg you, if it starts biting you people, don't come running to me and say, Shippers Authority has caught you for something and this and that and that. Let's strengthen the law, let's all abide by it. And I'm sure that if we do that, we'll all have a prosperous port, and a prosperous port is a prosperous nation.
eti we ye bra wo hia o mo kra no ma de ba o man mu wona problem wo enkran and obo the questions ebeto nanim obo the nsem beto nanim ni yi ano a owo ede mo mo no you see me say o mission wonam kwa so a wo pese wo ya ade bi o pese wo ja ade bi ede to wo sere be ya enchi ma be kai no hwe ekwan a wo fa so aye ne campaign hwe kwan a wo fa so agigi adwene na wo de atwe manifesto sere be ya ensem obeba beton no enkoye wone ene ne manfo nkwa nsem but ebeba be ye Ghana fo nyina yadwene mu nsem na say ye ni suade hu no NDC John Mahama is the only political party waje bre abo pro etie Ghana fo nsem na woye na adwene say ensem a Ghana fo kan nyina no wo de be hye ne manifesto mo so the man is on a mission and wotie ne wo kan ya ebra no ne shipers fo no e kasa no wotie di wo kan a wo say si ye mmara na hwe na mansa ama me nchen ameka say mmara ya ye gina so de achichi ye no ye nyina ye nchichire man ni mom. He's on a mission. Obia were desperate for power. Which is a Kobeka same way. He's not desperate for power. When I'm cross our person, what draw my free or say ye mo. And what pay? What say one no quarter the baby no. I go on one corner bet to I say, oh, I memory cramming yam from humbe ember for him. Mamma tell me baby, I'm in anymore. But what say, so what tonight? No, shame baby a Ghana echo. Said your minus yachia. Said your minus down minemwa. One want to was a patriotic citizen. Want to mean tenacity comb. I don't think I was about. What boy up to me at your free home. Never one year suffer no penny for a shy one cry no. Shall send your catcher but your way. Eti oni asofo no mpanimfo nso ehia ye eti omo nso safiso omo ndo da bia omo members ebeka abrabo mu nsem edai ede kire omo eti wanyina ka ensem ni bia wo begina so no mo de atwere wo mo manifesto no ye ensem a political party no ebeba beton ede atwere Ghana fo no magina so ensem no magina so de edai ede akekire man no oni spare pass for akasa oni asofo no mu kasa oni adwadifo kasa oni Messi for kasa, oni Acheche for kasa. He seems to be the only politician na afi ye kwa abatuom. Why na adwin say Ghana for no mo. Wo mo nsem no eno na me de bedi dwuma. Eti wo kire opepa no wo sambre ya tumi ni nsam. Wo kire sa opepa no eno no odan na di. Eno nti ni sa nhyiamu ahodo yi. Enye se bia dwoma ho te no. Eno wadi kaka. Kono kobeti wada ne baby. Kobeti wada ne baby din no adwene ne ho. Wo said yesi super no bra na o wa ba mu bra na wo bo adwuma nyina said yesi super no said yesi horo no. We nyina atie. Na wo say no, me man essay. Entimi ntena se nye kom. Me ba be ye ne ye. Enu ti na wo yes ade we. Ghanaian chief of staff Julius Debra na wo no e wo screen so. Ene ne man for John Dramani Mahama na mpanifo wo mo na abehia asofo no mpanifo ya wo mo ne wo mo edi nkomo de koso e wo enkran afa no baabi eno no abusia me gina we so na ye de Tonton Sansan no atoa ene pa hwi
man ya maya ayo enyo ya ne wo mu e peso obi aba adwabo na sibi na asem bia wo bia mu oka na me man ye ye kunsum yemfa mu mai mo trobodo yemfa mu mai mo